tires I gotta put on some trailers. Forgot to bring the ramps, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get creative to unload this guy, because it's a little heavier than I really want it to be. And I'm by myself. Those tires are actually going on that old trailer pickup over there, and there's also two over there for that guy. So I'm gonna get these tires unloaded, and then we'll go from there. So there it sits as king of the mountain of this dirt hill. I got it unloaded. It was only a little sketchy, but it sat in there pretty good. I ended up just parking in this hole next to the trailer here, the old International, rusty nuts as I like to call it. Still got some tires to put on here. I got one trailer down, just one more to go. Guess I'll kind of show you the sketch factor of the trailer here. That right there, as you can see, is a piece of flat plate, and they took the front axle and they bolted it to the rear, and then they welded the cross member for the steering. They bent it because they probably didn't quite reach, or their stock wasn't long enough, or I'm not sure exactly what. Yeah, they just bent it to their needs and welded it. So the toe is probably not perfect on this guy, and it's pretty sketchy. You can see that they used a plate to weld the shackle bracket onto that side, but whenever you come over here to the other side, they just kind of bent another piece and welded it onto there. So not a whole lot of rhyme or reason to it, I'm ashamed to say, but before I even had a pickup, I used to use this guy to tow my four-wheeler around and have it hooked up to the back of my Jeep. And it fit really well. I never had to tie it down, and it always towed pretty straight. But yeah, okay, there's a little crack there. But we just made it work. And I used to drive not very far, just around town in it. And I used to haul scrap metal in it whenever I had just a 97 TJ with the 4-cylinder, the 2.5. I used to tow around. I used to haul scrap and my four-wheeler and anything else I needed to haul. And yeah, it was probably pretty sketchy. I never went very fast. Luckily the Jeep never went very fast to begin with, because it was a 4-cylinder Jeep with 33-inch tires. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. Let's finish this up. Alright, you may remember this John Deere 111 from a couple previous episodes. I get everything that I wanted as far as the finishing touches. I ordered the knob. Let's see what other knobs. This guy right here. And then the foot pedal. It's not exactly like the pedal on the other side. The other one on the other side is a little bit longer, but I ordered it. It's here. It's on. We're good. There's something there. And then we have just, I believe it's like a 5/8 hitch pin that I have on here. So it's maiden voyage. Yeah, I just went around the little garage here just to see what to do. And I got loaded up with these old steps, and they're actually just going to go over there. But hey, all these little trips, they save you a lot whenever you have a cart. So I'm going to unload these, and I'll show you what the next load's going to be. Okay, here we are at the tire patch. It just seems that's all I kind of find around this place. But that's what I'm going to have my little mission for right now. I'm going to see if I can haul off all these tires with just this guy. I know it's going to be a lot of trips, and it'd be easier if I just used my Mitsubishi Satoh tractor with the trailer, but it's got an implement on it, so I'm not going to use it for right now. I'm just going to give this guy the shakedown. I haven't really gotten to drive it all that much yet. So one's in there, brought me a little tie down strap. Not sure, probably just going to end up hauling like one or two at a time. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I got lazy and I decided to go ahead and just load them all up because, you know, why not? What's the worst that's going to happen? So we're going to try this bad boy out. And not only am I going to have a sketchy load, I'm going to film it at the same time. So, yeah. Those are the loosest knots I could possibly make them. And we're going to go ahead and do this. One more thing I wanted to point out is I did go ahead and buy some of these plastic caps for the open ends of the tubing. They're I just got them off of Amazon. You can pretty much get them any place that sells this kind of tubing. They'll make these little caps. They're more decorative than anything else because honestly they'll trap water better than they'll keep water out. Anyway, back to the sketchy load. All right, let's do this. Yeah. Well, we made it so far, and the tire pile is just behind that tree, so I guess we'll just load them back up. Yeah, that ground was pretty rough. First I thought maybe the trailer folded on me. Oh well. Alright, we've made it in one piece after a little short stop after the tires fell on top of me to get a real ratchet strap and tie those guys down. And we are now at the tire dump that is part of my property. Yay. I don't even know how much it's going to cost me to get rid of these things. But for now, I'm just going to be collecting the tires, cleaning everything up. I got wood piles, I got tire piles, I got scrap metal piles. It's quite a feat, but I think this guy's going to work out just fine. I have to go slow on some of the stuff. Not so much because of the trailer. I'm not exactly sure how much 5 tires weigh, but the ground's pretty unsteady, so I think I'm going to call it a win. So while the trailer is kind of heavy, it is still light enough that I think I can get away with mowing at a low speed and towing this behind me and grabbing whatever is just kind of laying around and throwing it in the bed in the middle of the field at the same time. So that alone will save me a lot of work. So I'm going to get this unloaded, and I have an itching to go after those big tires now. Let's see if we can do it. They've already dumped once on me, but let's see how well this thing works. The neat thing about this thing being kind of tilted forward, since the axle for the cart is higher than the tractor's hitch, should make this guy easy to pull out. Hey, alright, it does. Alright, now let's stand back and... Ay, caramba. Alright, so she dumps. Okay, back to the tire dump. One more thing I wanted to show you guys was that even at full turn, with the wheels fully turned, I do not scrape the edge of the trailer. So that's a win for me, since I did not do any kind of measuring at all. But we're going to take off this tie-down strap. This guy was a bear to load up. The easiest way I found to do it was to put the parking brake on the garden trailer and just kind of push it up on in there. Now here, we're on a hill. We're facing downhill, so we're going to see how well this guy dumps, because I don't want to push this guy any more than I have to. Let's see. Is it gonna fly out on me? Yep. And there it goes. Boom goes down. Alright. Ooh, this is tough one-handed. Be free, tire. Go to your home. Apparently that's where the tire wanted to go. Alright, one more. But I think we're just going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Think of it as a shakedown run of the garden trailer and the garden mower. So, my little tractor. It's worked out so well. I'll leave the mowing the actual weeds to my wife. She loves doing that stuff. She talks about it all the time. Not in a good sense, but she talks about it all the time. But alright, everybody stay safe. Bye.